I'm Matt from Untrained Terrain, and welcome. Today we're going to be talking about the Franke family. And a little warning for you, it gets a little messed up. Today, our story takes place in Springville, Utah. Springville is a city in Utah that is home to about 35,000 people as of 2020. Springville has the nickname of Art City due to its strong development of the arts. It's home to Springville Museum of Art, Utah's largest and oldest museum of the visual arts. With its mountainous terrain, Springville is a popular vacation destination for hikers and is also home to some beautiful views. Now, living in Springville, Utah was a woman named Ruby Franke and her husband Kevin Franke, and they had 6 children together. Now, Ruby Franke in 2015 started a YouTube channel called 8 Passengers, where she was a family vlogger, and she would vlog moments of her family's lives and put it on YouTube for her viewers to enjoy. Now, she would also vlog about personal moments with her children and her husband, and her channel would grow to amass about 2 million subscribers and had about 2 billion views. Viewers really got to see the kids grow up watching their videos, but some viewers started to see parenting and some issues in the family that didn't seem right, especially when it came to punishments. Once she took her son's bed away for 7 months for basically nothing, leaving him to sleep on a beanbag chair. Another time, she made her youngest son get down and do push-ups for leaving his socks outside in the rain.
Put them in your pocket so you can take them down to the hamper and drop and give me 10.
1.
Put your hands straight out. They're in. They're not supposed to be out. Shape your hands forward. There you go.
My bedroom was taken away for 7 months and then you give it back like a couple weeks ago.
I don't think our viewers know that.
You've been sleeping on a beanbag.
I've been sleeping on a beanbag since October.
Chad came home from Anasazi and
Russell was like, I want to try dunking the basketball, and I lifted him up on the rim. And left him there. We shot 3 minutes, and he was just hanging on there.
Do you think it's funny?
I am kind of a crazy mom in that I love my kids to wear red, white, and blue. They have been wearing red, white, and blue every year since they were wearing clothes.
One fellow vlogger said that Ruby confided in him and told him that when her children couldn't sleep, she'd just load them with Tylenol PM and knock them out, basically. Now, in 2020, Ruby stopped posting to 8 Passengers' YouTube account, and there was a new person in her life named Jody Hildebrandt. And Jody Hildebrandt owned a company called Connections, where she was a mental health therapist. And Ruby worked alongside her as well as a mental health therapist in group sessions.
Hi, I'm Jody Hildebrandt. I am at the 2nd annual Women's Retreat in St. George, Utah.
Connections was essentially a life coaching group founded by Jody Hildebrandt. She also had 2 other people who worked for her at Connections. One woman was Pam Butcher, the president of Connections Foundation, which was listed as a non-profit. The next one was named Ruby Franke, who was listed as a certified mental health trainer. Now, Connections offered one-on-one therapy with Jody Hildebrandt. It also offered group therapy, and if you wanted to, man or woman, you could get specialized classes for fixing your relationship and broken problems in your life. Back in 2012, Jody Hildebrandt was actually put on probation because she leaked some personal information to a client's workplace and also to a university.
I was just so messed up emotionally and mentally after Jody Hildebrandt that I was scared of my own name. You know, when you're a victim of child abuse and your therapist, Jody Hildebrandt, tells you the PTSD and the trauma from that is just your sexual addiction, and then she throws you into a class, and then the other 3 guys start talking about being a voyeurist with victims, being an exhibitionist with victims, being an incest person with victims. It was extremely uncomfortable.
We have spent 24 hours between the 2 days talking about how to recognize distortion and move it into truth.
And also, Jody's niece, Jessie Hildebrandt, came out saying that Jody had unusual punishments for her, like she would leave her out in the cold without any clothing on, and she would duct tape her and restrain her for punishments. Now, Ruby stopped posting on YouTube, partly because people were complaining about her parenting, but also because her relationship with Jody Hildebrandt started. And the unimaginable would come out of that relationship.
Mine who hate me who would like to cancel me, who would like to see me either burn in hell, as I have told, or disappear off the face of the earth. And I'm not going anywhere.
Severe emergency. Okay, and the phone number you're calling from? Tell me exactly. 911, the address of your emergency. Okay, and the phone number you're calling from? Tell me exactly what's happened.
I just had a 12-year-old boy show up here at my front door asking for help. And he's said he just came from a neighbor's house, and we know there's been problems at this neighbor's house. He's emaciated, he's got tape around his legs, he's hungry, and he's thirsty.
Okay. Is your door locked?
No, I'm sitting outside with him on the front patio.
Okay, cool.
And he asked us to call the police. And he's 12 years old. Yes.
Okay, and can you ask him his date of birth?
Can you tell me your birthday?
Okay, and are the neighbors out of their home, or is anybody looking for them that you can see?
No. Our homes are far enough away. I'm not sure. How did you get out of the house?
Porch. He went out.
He says he just left through the porch at the neighbor's house. Her name is Jody Hildebrand, and she lives 2 doors up the street. His ankles are taped up, and he won't tell us why.
Okay.
But he has duct taped around each ankle. Yeah, there's sores around them. I think there's a good chance he's been... Oh, and he has them around his ankles. I mean, his wrists as well. Okay, this boy has been... This kid has obviously been... I think he's been detained. He's been...
Sadly, Russell was the first child found, and he had wounds on his body that were sore from having cayenne pepper and honey put into them, and it seemed like he was restrained, and he was very hungry and thirsty when he went to this man's house. Now it would come out that he was basically being tortured, and even by his own mother. I mean, what kind of mother does that to her babies? Now, police went to Ruby Franke's home, and they busted the door down, they looked through the house, they couldn't find any children, and Ruby and Jody were not there. When police went to Jody Hildebrand's house is when they found the disgusting scene.
I need you to step out.
I have my turn.
That's great. Step out of the house.
No, I'm not going to step out of the
Step
house.
out of the house. Step out of the house.
Whoa.
We're just going to see if they're going to be else.
Wait a minute, how do you come in my house?
Okay, just place your hand on your back for me. Perfect.
You come in, my buddy. I'm a police officer. Are you going to the union here? Hey, you okay? Is it just you in here? I'm Sergeant Tobler. What's your name? I just have one. Where's your sister at? Contact one. You okay? Huh? You doing okay? You don't want to talk to me? Yeah, that's okay. Can you come with me though?
Now, Russell and Eve were taken to hospital for malnutrition and for the wounds they suffered from what can only be described as torture, and there was one lingering question left for police. Where are the other 2 children that are also minors? It was on noon the same day that police learned that Ruby contacted her other friend Pam to pick up her other daughter at the community rec center in town.
I'm looking for Pam. Is Pam in today?
Yeah, that's my wife.
Is your wife? She's here?
Hi.
Hello, Pam. How are you doing?
Good.
You have a warrant?
Yeah, we do.
Will you just tell them you're alright?
Well, you have to physically see her.
Under the doorway.
We'll go ahead and get the copy of the warrant for you, okay?
You have a warrant for my house?
Specifically for you.
For you and the child.
Yeah. Okay. So.
What is going on?
I did make her scrub the floor, and they vacuumed and stuff because I have company coming tonight from Costa Rica.
Okay.
So, but she did it of her own free will.
So just to make sure I'm understanding all this correctly, Ruby contacted you around noon.
Said she had a family emergency.
And needed you to pick up the girls.
Yeah, she said, would you mind watching the girls while I'm gone? Because she was leaving. I said, yeah, I could do that because I need some help cleaning. I just went to the pool and said, hey, they have a family emergency. Can I pick up? She said, sure. Your mom said you could come help me clean today. She said, okay.
Okay. And what about
Ruby just told me she'd be at the Ace Hardware.
Now, watching that body cam footage, it looks to me like the kids are being used as, like, slave labor or something. But that was never proven, so I can't speak on that. But, however, the other 2 kids were found safe and sound, so that is the good thing that come out of this. Ruby Franke and Jody Hildebrandt were both arrested and charged with 6 counts of aggravated child abuse with respect to Russell and Eve's injuries. The children had severe malnutrition and very serious injuries from being restrained and tortured by the pair. Now, as a parent, I just can't imagine doing this to your own children, any child for that matter. I mean, that's a mother, and that's her babies, and she's doing that to them? That's sick. That's disgusting, if you ask me. Quite frankly, I hope they both get everything that's coming to them, and I hope they both get a long sentence. Anyways, thank you for watching, and if you like what you see, like and subscribe for more. Thank you.